swap it over.
Alright. So, well, hello everyone. JasperTheFish, and today we're going to be doing some Shovel Knight Specter of Torment, but it's not your usual Specter of Torment. This is God mode, and this is the definitive version of God mode. So, assuming that we're ready on countdown. So I'm just gonna say it now in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so no one's really prepared to look at this yet, but this is Shovel Knight if you gave him things. So yeah, he's pretty big and he has the same properties as usual God modes would have, but don't worry, you'll be amused in this run. So one thing that we can see already is that I've got all the relics unlocked. They all do like outstanding effects. Also one thing I'm gonna try and avoid doing is whenever I'm hitting something, when I'm moving forwards, I get like some form of knockback. I don't know why it happens. It might be the game's properties. I'm not really too sure on that. But yeah, that was a stage, and for each stage, we're gonna be encountering a boss. So think of this game like Mega Man. That's how you would that's another game you would compare it to, really. It's a lot more similar to Mega Man, really. Also, if you haven't noticed already, every time I jump, my color palette changes. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting addition. You can also turn into like an outline of Specter Knight. It actually isn't good in this game, because the majority of things in this game are sort of dark. Wait, I forgot the most important thing in the game. Whoops. Yes, the rail mail. If you want to know how OP it is, yeah. I want to go to Exploratorium. Thanks. Okay. Alright, so this is where Plague Knight waits for us. So we're gonna rail mail our way through that screen, just, yeah, screaming past that screen like there's no tomorrow. Alright. No. Okay. So, one relic that you're going to see me using for the majority of the run is the Judgment Rush and the Blood Mirror. Judgment Rush because you maneuver pretty fast with it, and Blood Mirror because it's a bigger version of you, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. Rail mail here. Didn't get to jump. Alright. Now on to Plague Knight. This boss might go wrong in some ways. I just need to make sure I'm not getting knocked back. Usually at like random times or when I'm moving forward and hitting something. So yeah. So that was a stage. Alright, so now we're heading into the first dream stage of the game. And you might be wondering, wait, how are you already at the first dream stage and you haven't gone through 2 stages? Well, that's because Flying Machine is already completed for us. And that's pretty convincing. So we kind of skipped that. I just love how the main protagonists in this game, like whoever you control, is just a bigger version of themselves. It's pretty hilarious. Juicy judgment, juicy rail mail. Sorry, that was actually pretty good, to be honest. Alright, so now we're switching to the claw because this stage is actually faster with it. And when you have someone this big, it can be pretty effective. I wouldn't say for boss kills, but for basic maneuvering, it would. Also, whoever's watching it is from the Spade Brigade, just post the A in the chat. Oh crap, that was a bad strain. Right. Oh, get up there. Right, didn't fail that jump. That's good. That is good. Alright. Now I'm gonna switch into this. Oh. Okay. Switch to just in time. That's good. So those basically like hit, like just like they don't stop on the enemy, they just keep on going, they like go through the enemy, which is pretty convenient. And it will be used in a lot more boss kills later on. Alright, so now heading into Treasure Knight. Or yeah, Iron Whale. Alright. I literally forgot to use Judgment Rush here. So are there any real challenges with this mode? Well, as I mentioned earlier, if you hit something whilst moving forward, you get like knockback. I think that's like the only challenge. The other challenge is trying to maintain where the hell you're going. Because going fast is good, but you don't want to go too fast. Figured that out. Okay, now that blocked my way. Thanks, Anchor. Alright, Judgment Rush that enemy. Alright, I'm gonna Judgment Rush one more time here. Alright. Aw. Didn't get the quick treasure one. Usually when I'm in God mode, whenever I go to the treasure chest, I like to I hold right and then I hold left for like a few frames so I can like get to the treasure chest much more easier. It saves a few frames, which is actually pretty convenient. Alright. Alright, we got through that first try. That's good. Oh my god, I just got knocked back a billion years. Please. Alright. So now we're heading into Treasure Knight, the boss for Iron Whale. Yeah, that was a boss. There's Alright. Alright, that was actually good maneuvering. Right, so now we're gonna head into Lich Yards. Since as I mentioned earlier, Flying Machine is already completed for us. And let me tell you now, the way you can move in Lich Yard is so satisfying to watch. It's amusing to watch because in one specific screen you go so fast that the camera can't even keep up. And I kind of like missed it there because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. You know, if anyone could find a way to clip through that wall to get to the checkpoint, I will be very happy. If anyone could find that wall clip, that would be very convenient. Right, so I'm heading into Phantom Striker, one of the only bosses in the game that is not a knight. And all we're doing is just spamming X. Why X? Because I'm playing with an Xbox controller, an Xbox One to be exact. Right. So that was Phantom Striker. Most of these bosses in the game, as hard as they would be playing it normally, can just be obliterated so easily. Right. There we go. So now we're heading into the second dream stage. And thankfully, as much as we would like Luan to be ahead of us, we don't need to worry about that. Because God mode is the greatest thing ever. Also just that right there itself, I just did that because, well, Venafon. Wait, do I actually pronounce that name? Alright. So this boss is a bit tricky because you can only hit Shield Knight from the back. And the fact that you have knockback whenever you hit something like whilst you're moving forwards, kind of makes this fight a bit harder than usual. But we got through it, so that's the good part. So I'm just gonna spam the start button, and we're just falling down. That was the second dream stage. Alright. Now we're heading into Clockwork Tower. This is at least the scariest stage for me, because of the probability that you can get squashed. So, just for this marathon, I'm gonna collect every single checkpoint in this stage, like that. Hey, I didn't get knocked back. How amazing is that? Right. There we go. So this is an auto-scroller. You could probably like read a couple of donations while this goes on. Okay. Well, I don't tend to say it that much, because for at least most of my marathon runs that I do, I don't really ask for like, oh, you can read like a couple of donations, because for at least like 10% of my marathon runs would include a host. And I only started like doing speedrun marathons like at the start of like this year. So yeah. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but you get twice the amount of golds that you would normally get from the normal campaign. So we're gonna be pretty loaded at the end. Another thing that I forgot to mention, I don't know why I didn't mention this earlier, but your darkness and will are maxed, and you don't take any hits. The only way you can die is by getting squashed. Which I think is a good trade-off because, well, the game would be boring if you didn't get squashed to death. Kappa. Right. He got good RNG. He didn't plonk himself to the left or right. The left I would have been dissatisfied with, because that like just makes the boss more annoying. Right, I wouldn't be that mad at, because I could just like nuke him the minute after. So yeah, that was Tinker Knight. Right. So I don't know what stage we're up to. Check. Also, for some reason, whenever I try to do the rail mail, I always, for some reason, whenever I'm at like the end of like that overworld section, I always get on that ladder for some reason. I just noticed it noticed it just now. Don't know. So this is Pridemore Keep. I think it's like one of the less serious stages of the game, and probably like the only stage that's like happy-go-lucky, that has happy-go-lucky music. Because usually Specter of Torment likes to have this complicated story full of sort of dark tone and stuff like that. Yeah. If you get what I'm saying, then it'd make a lot more sense. Also, knockback. That is my one true weakness in this game mode. Alright. This mode can work for other knights as well, not just Specter. But I want to show it off because Specter Knights has some really interesting enhancements to the normal character. And that was King Knight. We just obliterated him with Blood Mirror. Again, if the Spade Brigade is here, just spam A's in chat. Right. We didn't get the frame perfect cutscene skip. So usually what happens there is that it doesn't glitch out or anything. It's just he doesn't flinch at all when he's like on the floor. So if I pressed it fast enough, then that would have been good. Yeah, what's poppin' gamers? So this is a stranded ship. This is actually one of my favorite stages, if done perfectly. This includes the third mini boss in the campaign, the Specter campaign to be exact. Alright. Easy kill, and got the frame perfect scrolling screen. Also, I should probably change that. These switches, if you do them properly, it looks very satisfying. Alright. I think this room's like my favorite because of that one switch. I don't know, it just amuses me. Alright. So, what I did there, that Judgment Rush, it was to skip that sort of section right there. Like that small little section. It saves time. Don't worry, someone already holds that world record. Because there's like one friend of mine, both of us did a marathon like yesterday. Had to do 26 hours of hosting like a marathon. And you're telling me that that isn't long enough. Otherwise, if you're counting both blocks, then yeah. Oh. Oh, I didn't get to jump. Rip. Right. So now Black Knight is alive again. I don't know how it happens, but yeah. So this is Tower of Fate entrance. Yeah guys, we're getting really close to the end. So this stage this is where runs sort of go to die. So yeah. As long as you don't get squashed, then you're in the goods. So that jump right there, yeah. Right. Let's get a Judgment Rush this enemy. Oh, we got the water. BS. Right. Wallace, please. Alright, we got it. We got Wallace. That's good. Alright, so now there's another auto scroller. You can probably say probably say a few things regarding what's happening right now, because this goes on for like probably like a minute and a half. Alright, there's one thing I'm gonna do here. Okay, I didn't have the chance to do it, but I was gonna rail mail all the way to that to here. So this is Black Knight 2. Yeah, that's all. that was all of Black Knight. So Terrapin starts falling down, and Black Knight goes down with him. Cause yeah. Oh no. No show coming up. Bunker S. Alright. So now we're on to the final level of the game. This is Tower of Fate, 4 question marks. Alright. We didn't get squashed, that was good. If I got squashed, I would have been sad for a very long time. There we go. Alright, so first off we're gonna fight the Enchantress. So the first thing we're gonna do here, wait, let me jump, let me see what I'm doing. Okay. So whenever she does that, I'm gonna be using my Judgment Rush for at least most of the time. So I can like get some hits on her that way. So now we're heading into the final boss. This is Nightmare Rays. So time is coming up. It is when I deal the final hit, which should be soon. I'll just tell you. Wait. Alright. So here we go. And time. That was time. Alright. So that was Shovel Knight, Specter of Torment, God mode, TVSVUEIO, cheat codes. Thanks.